Greetings. What's happening? What's going on? K Mega 405 coming to you live from the 405, where I'm just a regular gamer talking to the intelligent gamers out there. I normally do not do any type of game talking on Sundays. I do my fight night Sundays at night. I usually don't step on other people's toes when they're doing their podcasts that I know of, but I could not hold this in. I was about to do I wanted to do a stream at like 2 o'clock in the morning. 2 o'clock in the morning. I just reading comments from people talking about Game Pass and it's not being sustainable, and it's this, that, and the third. Like I said, normally, my thoughts kind of go a little long. I'm not going to try to go too long on it. I just want to kind of hit right on the point and be done with it. But and then this couldn't wait till Tuesday, so I just had to let this out, get this off my chest. Now, first off, it is amazing to me, and if for people who don't know, after Xbox's bad week of having the layoffs and then hearing about the AI, one of the reasons why they cut these people is because of the AI. Something that we talked about on my thoughts, or I even brought it up on when I did a guest appearance on They Said We Said Friday. That's all this, a whole different other topic for a whole nother day. It's shitty for sure, but the issue that I have with this coming back again about Game Pass not being worth it, not being good, not having this whole sustained thing. I've heard this a million times over, and we're approaching Game Pass to be around for already next year for 10 years. EA Access, which is now EA Play, has been around well over 10 years. And we still have to keep asking. And let's just take it even further. How many times have we heard people keep bringing up about Netflix, and Netflix is sustainable. This is this, that, and the third. It can't keep holding on. Every time that you see something where they're losing subscriptions, losing subscribers or whatever, because of a move that they make, because of the price increases, things of that nature. Every time that you hear, oh, this is about to be the time when Netflix is about to break, and then all of a sudden, nothing. You don't hear anything. We've done this with Game Pass for almost a decade. That it's not sustainable, that it's not doing this, it's not doing that. Then yet, Game Pass is stronger than it's ever been. It has more subscribers than what it did the previous year. You have people that keep saying, well, it's been stagnant. I mean, when they last said it was stagnant, it was at 18 million subscribers. It's 35 million, and trust me, it's over 35 million, but that's neither here nor there. Let's just go about what the numbers that they said, because they're never going to project the actual numbers until they get to another milestone. That's how all these businesses do it. But regardless of that, right? And you have all these former employees that comes out and says this, and then you get the gaming media. And of course, on the other side, where you have the people who don't like Xbox, from the PlayStation fan to the PC fan to the Nintendo fan to hell, a mobile gaming fan, whoever, just if they don't like Xbox or like Microsoft, they're going to jump into the wagon and say the same thing. But the thing that I have a big problem with is the lack of history that these people have, or the way that they're so complicit and they get all crazy acting and say, oh, well, we're just going to not remember or not let people be aware of how things were in the past, or what's even going on right around us. And my case in point is this. We still have rental services out here today, like GameFly. I mean, I think you can there's even still a way that you can use Blockbuster through a mailing service. No. We can talk about it again on Tuesday, but brother, I had to get this off my chest. I am so infuriated. What's up with you, Verge? How you doing? How you guys doing? Thank you for coming through. I know that there's other podcasts going on right now, and I usually don't step on other people's toes, but like I said, I had to get this off my chest. I am the utmost infuriated with some of these people out here that wants to keep going and take away value from consumers. I'm tired of it. From these oligarchs that sit here and keeps telling us that this is that. Oh my God, poor me while I need my money for extra for this $1 million car. Now you're making me go and try to buy Audi instead. I'm tired of listening to these people keep bringing up these ridiculous notions. Case in point, where it came from the former head of Arcane that got booted out. And he says, well, Game Pass is just not sustainable. It's bad for gaming, blah, 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 the third. You know what's bad for gaming? This. Now, mind you, I like this game. I like this game a lot for when they fixed it. But you know what's bad for gaming? This shit here. You had the audacity to open your damn mouth and to tell us, oh, pay $70 for our product. You let Phil Spencer and the team go ahead and delay your game for another year to make sure you get it right. And this is the product that you give us and tell us that we need to pay $70. It shouldn't be on Game Pass. No, hell no. Hell no, bro. Are you out your damn mind? How incompetent, selfish can you be to sit here and tell people that are willing to go and buy this game, that's willing to go buy a Mind's Eye, to willing to go buy whatever that's a failed project that just came out recently, a Days Gone Day One. How many times do we got to sit here as gamers? And I know there's a lot of people that get on the high horse or high side and talk about, oh, I buy my games and I don't like Game Pass because Game Pass is this, that, and the third. All right, cool. Money bags, do you. But when that game like this comes out at launch the way that it did, and you paid that $70, what you going to do? I want a refund. I want a refund. Oh, sorry. I can't get a refund because or just like how the launch of Battlefield 2042 happens. I paid $100. This is why I say I'm not buying the shut up edition of Battlefield. I'm going to wait and see. Even if the EA try to be slick and try to delay on letting the game come to letting Battlefield come to the service. Oh, cool. I'm not buying it day one. You burned me. You burned me enough. I spent $120 or $130 because I'm a Battlefield fan, and you gave me that. I had early access, but I couldn't even play the game because it was so broken. And then this dude had the nerve to sit there and tell us gamers and the media is not pushing back and saying, you brought us this shit day one broken out of pocket and told us that it's better for us to pay $70 for this than to try it and see if it's going to work. And then we'll buy it if we love it, or we just keep paying into Game Pass and keep playing your game. And if you had some extra DLC that we needed to pay for, things like that. But the audacity from these people are insane. And like I said, they also said they also said the infinite money structure is going to fail and is not sustainable. Let me peep y'all on game for my younger audience and for the people who'll be listening later. Let me peep y'all on some history. When gaming was at its height, right? Like, I mean, when gaming was projected to be over movies and or just the number one entertainment, right? Let's go back to a time to where let's see what was around during that time. There was still, I mean, it was at the end, tail end, but there was still rental services everywhere. We're talking about Blockbuster Video, Hollywood Videos. There was mom and pop video store rental stores. There were GameFly. GameFly is still around. There was Redbox that popped up after Best Buy and Hollywood Video and them went away. And then, like I said, the local stores. There's still local stores today that still rent out games. There's other places that rents out games. Like, I don't know. I'm sitting here like there are these peer-to-peer platforms like what's called Fat Lamia. You know, I'm saying arcade game rentals, that's a whole different thing right there. That's for arcade places. But, you know, you still have, you know what I'm saying? It's not as many as it used to be. But you still have GameFly. And listen, this is even when Netflix at the time when it was taken over, when you could rent games and you could have them mailed in with your movies. And at no point in time was I hearing people in the industry saying, "Oh, that's hurting gaming." That's right. On top of what GameStop was doing to the industry, nobody was saying there were some devs that would come out and say, "Man, GameStop is hurting our pockets, man. We're not getting that money back. They're taking these, they got these games, they're reselling them, and that money is going and staying straight with them." Hell, you would think something, and GameStop was the biggest store out, and especially in the US. And just think about that. But with GameStop doing all of what they were doing, keeping money that naturally some people would think that the devs deserved to get a portion of that, devs didn't get anything, and gaming was still flourishing. So now when we're talking about a value like Game Pass, and we know eventually Game Pass is finna get up. Hold on, let me open this door first. Getting hot in here. This computer's over here cooking. Getting hot in here, boy. Woo, Lord Jesus. I'm pissed off too. But this is the thing, man. When you had GameStop doing the stuff that they were doing, and then you had other things that was, you had all these other entities, plus there was games, different prices. I mean, most games at that point was $60. But now you mean to tell me when people are talking about record profit here, record profit there, record profit all over the place. And then yet you're trying to tell us that, well, this service that helps people that are less fortunate to not buy multiple games, that it's a problem. Oh my God. It's hurting us. It can't be sustainable. It's going to crush the industry. But instead of you being honest about yourself and about the products that you make, come on, man. Come on. Gamers are just not falling for this shit like they used to. They're just not. And on another point too, this is another thing that the industry needs to really understand. Like these guys is over here want money, and it's with these really crazy and unbelievable thought processes of where they think that their game should be landing at, or how much money that these games should get. I mean, it goes back to what the guy from EA said. The head guy from EA was talking about. Battlefield is they're expecting it to get 100 million players. There's not been one Battlefield ever in its history to do 100 million players. Ever. Battlefield 1, I believe, was the most popular Battlefield numbers wise, next to Battlefield 3 and 4. And they didn't come close to 100 million. I think it was 30-40 million players. And the one reason why Battlefield 4 probably wouldn't have been number one is because of their launch. because they just rushed that game out and just said gamers are just going to accept it. And I was late to the party to get Battlefield 4. And when I went to GameStop to go get Battlefield 4, it was $15. I mean, it was only 2 months. 2 months after the, no, it was actually 3 months because I got it in January. It was 3 months, less than 3 months, less than 6 months. Then that game released on Xbox One and on PlayStation 4. That game was already $15 on the rack. I couldn't believe it. I said, what? I've been looking at this. I'm going to cop it. Didn't know about how bad the game was at launch or anything until I went to play it. And then when it took me forever to get in to play it. And then once I got to play it, I'm like, oh, this game is amazing. But then it kept crashing. It kept doing all types of other things. It was nuts. It was nuts. Thank you, Lotus. Thank you, Lotus. Absolutely. Game Pass for life. Another statistic that's out there. And let me see if I can pull it up. Let's see. This right here, Big Bad Mother. Shout out to Big Bad Mother. He sent this out, and it's right here. It's you can go and look at it yourself at GameSpot.com. It says young Americans are spending a lot less on video games this year. New data suggests that 18 to 24-year-olds are cutting back on many different categories, with losses most concentrated in games. It is in its history. They're one of their biggest demographic that buys games are the 18 to 24-year-olds. And it's coming to a cross. You know why? Because you have former developers, former studio heads, former, people that worked on Xbox or PlayStation or whatever, telling you, take a chance on this. Don't worry about it. Just take a chance and we'll make it right later. Just give us your money right here and now. I understand it's an inconvenience, but the devs worked really hard to bring you this. And I want my big payday at the end of the year or after the end of this, when this game is released. It's okay. Trust us. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. This whole notion of what these people are trying to tell you are absolutely insane. If Game Pass is not, let me tell you, let me break down some numbers to you. Game Pass at $19.99 a month with 35 million plus gamers generates $370 plus million a month. Not a year, a month. Just alone. A month. A month. Now do the math on how much that is in a year. Billions. What the hell are they talking about is not sustainable? This is one of the reasons why Xbox is overtaking Windows. Xboxes keep going higher and higher on that list. Now, it'll never catch cloud or it'll never catch AI. AI is a whole different animal. That's where Microsoft is making the money. That's why they did the stuff that they did, right? But we have to stop listening to these people especially some of the media that's trying to help the industry to make more money when they're already asking us for more. They're trying to bleed us dry. The economy is looking like it's going in a recession, and you're telling me that I can't get value, but all these other people that are rich can get more from me? Or that has more than me? I got to give them more? It ain't happening. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. Instead of it being praised that Game Pass is something that what Sarah Bond tried to bring to a community of people, which is a lot of people out there, a lot of gamers that can't afford to buy all these games, that has the option to get these games, What do you think these gamers are going to do? You think they're just going to sit here and say, "Oh well, Game Pass is gone. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna buy another. I'm gonna buy 2, 3 extra $80 games, $70, $80 games this year." No, they're going to go right back to the original recipe, either buying just the 1 or 2 games that they buy a year, or they're going to try to find a rental service to go to a place like to go back to GameFly or Redbox, if Redbox still rents out games, or wait to go to GameStop to wait for sales. I mean, think about this for a second. Like, if gaming is so unsustainable, I'm like, if Game Pass is so unsustainable, why is it that Game Pass is flourishing? It's doing way more. So we see what Lotus said. He said it only costs $10.99 for Game Pass console where I live. We get day one games also. The US and Canada are paying way much more. And that right there again is another positive. Yeah, we're paying $19.99, right? And and even if, and because of the value of what the games that they're dropping, even if it will go up. We know that it will go up. It's not even a question about it. It's going to go up, and it's probably going to go up to $24.99. But then that's the responsibility of Xbox to make sure that the product that they're bringing us is just as good as Hellblade 2, just as good as South of Midnight, just as good as Avowed, just as good as Indiana Jones. And what we get, I mean, Doom, I heard mixed things about Doom. I'm not really the biggest Doom player. I think this Doom is cool. I've got to the 3rd chapter and I haven't gone back. I'll go back to it later on. But, Ninja Gaiden that's coming out. Bro, like, I mean, this Wu-Chang game that's going to drop here later this month. And then on top of that, just all the other games that they've added on there. Like, if you was interested in college, let's say that you was interested in college 2026, but then you're like, hold on, I haven't played any of these sports games in a very long time. I'm going to try last year's game before this game comes out this week, and see if it's that good, like a lot of people said, and I might buy the new game next week or later on when I get paid. We are tripping here, and this is the shit that bothers me the most. If you want to buy every game that you got, that is fine, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with you doing that. But for some of these people that get out here on the internet that tells you that you should buy all of your games, don't let them gaslight you, because the reality of it is that a lot of these people that's saying that, they get free games. They have ways of going up there and talking with developers, and developers giving them free games, or they can go certain sites and sit here and show their credentials and get free games to promote. Then on the flip side, they'll tell you, "Oh, I get all my games. I buy all my games, blah, 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 the third." There's too many scammers and liars in this industry. Too many people that wants to give you misinformation. Now, there are people, the gamers that don't do, that maybe have really small channels and that they buy every game or whatever the case may be. That's all new. That's cool. But I remember even from when me and Don was on the level, Don would sit back and tell me, "Brother," and he's a person that's a developer that makes damn good money, and he sits there and tells me, "You need to slow down." And then I sit there and I finally listened, and I said, "You know what, bro? You're right." And I did. And I started finding other ways, like, okay, hold on. Let me not just be so erratic on just buying, because that's why my backlog is so goddamn large. Because I got if gaming stopped today, I would still have years of games to go back and play before I go back and I can play something else. Between what I got on my PlayStation, what I got on my Xbox, what I got on PC, I got tons of games. And so now I look at the services as something that's way more beneficial for the way that I like to game, because I play all different types of games, from Gwent all the way going to something like Mass Effect. I play all types of sports games, fighting games, puzzle games. I'm not the biggest fan of platform games anymore, but I even play those. story JRPGs, RPGs. I mean, Sims. Like I play all types of games. And when you're a person that play all different types of games, it is insane. Unless you are a person that don't have to worry about paying bills, that don't have to worry about that can afford to do all that without having a gaming service, then that's cool. But you know what? You know how some of those people that have money keep their money? They don't get out here and be overly erratic and then sit here and tell. Now they can tell anybody to go out here and, yeah, man, go buy all you want. They're not. And so when people tell you that makes games that launch like this game did, like, again, I'm not here to sit there and tell you that this is a bad game. It's not. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the hell out of it when it was working. But you cannot allow me, but you cannot tell me to go and buy this game for the price that you was asking for and for the shortcomings that was in the game. Now, I'm not I don't really care about when it comes to co-op games, about the 30, 60 frames per second, but you pissed a lot of people off. You pissed so many people off that you don't have a job today. You got people fired. You got a studio closed for this. Let's make this clear. There has to be some kind of pushback put on you to where you can say, hold up. I have to take full responsibility for this L. And you know what? For the gamers that did try my game, I'm sorry. I wish I could have done better. And he might have said that back then. I have no idea. I don't care at this point because you fucked up and you said the stupid shit that you said. And now it's circulating all over the goddamn gaming media as though it is facts or though it is that. Stop it. The real reason, and this is where I'm going to be done with it here. The real reason why gaming is going in the place that it's going, where PlayStation is now following Xbox yet again, and we see Helldivers 2. We're hearing about Nix's having Xbox dev kits. Give us the whole slate. I can't wait for Xbox gamers to play Spider-Man, to play God of War, to play Returnal. Those are great games. But the reason why we're getting to this level is because the greed from these corporations that keeps trying to tell us you got to pay more of this quality. And then when these games aren't giving us the same type of quality. And when you see games like what you seeing in this background, Hellblade 2, that's only $40-$50. And you see games like Expedition 33, that's only $40-$50. Giving you the quality and the love and the passion, bro. I don't want to hear nothing from these companies out here. Now, I understand that there's exceptions to the rule. Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be a monster. And they have that right mentally to sit there and to tell you, not mentally, but they have that capacity to come and tell gamers, yo, this is going to be hot. This is how we do it over here. And they can try to push to make you pay $80 to $100 for a game. Do I agree with it? No. But can I understand them with the quality that they're going to be bringing to the gamers? I get it. But when you're telling me, and I keep doing it, but when you're telling me, when developers come out here and bring you games like this, and the heads come out there and tell you, hey man, get off that Game Pass and buy my game. Can't do it. Gunner, what's happening with you, bro? He says he's a sore loser and not a real man. Real men take accountability for their mistakes. Game Pass is awesome. Absolutely. I am so sick of these people in this position that try to dog on people that want that deserves value. These people have families. These people have this isn't just that they think that it's just one demographic of these 18 to 24-year-olds. And even out of those kids that go to college. Those are kids that's in high school. Those are kids that's over here trying to get into the workforce. They may already have a young family started. They're over here trying to get something started for themselves. Maybe just now joining in the military, whatever the case may be. And you're telling them, man, out of the little money, because you know when you're younger, you ain't coming out making bread. Not when you're young. You gotta earn that. And you're telling them, nah, pay me more. And you know what that, just like what that article said, it's in decline. It's down 25%. 25%. So if anybody is going to hurt gaming and is going to make gaming in a bad place, it is these people that are greedy, that tells you dumb shit like we want 100 million players, or if a game sells 5 million copies and they say, hey, it didn't meet expectation. Those are the ones that's gonna kill this industry. Those are the ones. So, and I see my boy Tashawn, he says Game Pass for life. Damn it, I love Game Pass. Bro, Game Pass is everything. PlayStation dudes want the Game Pass more than anything in their life. They can sit there and tell you all they want. You know what I'm saying? How do you think games like this sit there and get an opportunity like Hellblade? Like, bro, what are we doing here? Like, I don't get it. That's what I said. I had to come out here and I had to do this. And I know I'm stepping on Iron Lord's toes because I know they're live right now. And I don't mean to do that because, I always try to respect everybody that I know. But I could not hold this in. I could not wait till Tuesday. And I'll go on my rant again with my brothers. They'll probably hop in with me on My Thoughts Tuesday. Tonight, I will be doing Fight Night. First game I think we'll be playing is Marvel vs. Capcom Collection. So I hope you guys come and check me out. We'll check us out because I think Sir X-Man and them is going to be on to play some games with us. And tonight at 9 p.m. Central Time. And so anyway, I just had to get this off my chest, man. Yes. If you're trying to tell me that making $370 some million a month is not sustainable, I don't know what is. Because you got to tell me what game is generating that type of money other than and like a Fortnite or Overwatch or something like that. Like, but the number that games that's generating that type of Call of Duty stuff like that, but the number of games out there do not generate that type of money. So, and they're going to raise the price. So and that's going to be more revenue added as long as they keep bringing good quality games. And they have been. Game Pass has been killing it ever since 2022 when Xbox had that really down year and we had to wait for this. Starfield was worth the wait. This was not until they patched it up and got it better a year later. Come on, guys. Get the hell out of here. All right, guys. Thank you. If you liked what I had to say and it's your first time here, what's up with you, the Blue? If you liked what I had to say, thank you. Hit that subscribe button, like button, share this out. Let people know that I went live, went heavy. And yes, appreciate you guys coming through in short notice. I know I just had to get this off my chest. So anyway, thank you guys. Have a blessed Sunday. I will see you guys later on tonight if y'all want to come and check us out playing some fighting games. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Peace.